Prologue. A life so normal that nothing can be said about it. After leaving college, I joined a major general contractor firm and am living alone now at the age of 37. Having no girlfriend. Filial duty left to my older brother, my life is essentially that of an independent, single noble. Neither short of height or wanting of a good face. Yet unpopular. I have tried exerting effort into finding a girlfriend and have confessed thrice. But after being dumped, my heart is left shattered. Well, having reached this age, I can honestly say that this romance thing is naught but troublesome. And although you could say that I am mostly busy with work, it's not like I am troubled by not having one. It's not like I am making excuses, really. Senpai. Sorry for keeping you waiting. With a cheerful smile, the young man approaches me. And, by his side of beauty. More specifically, the young man, Tamura, is a junior at the same company I work at. The one by his side is our company's renowned Madonna, the receptionist Saratari-san. Yep, I have been asked by these guys to offer consultation on their upcoming marriage. And by the way, this is the reason why I started wondering about my own unpopularity. The after-work rendezvous was held at an intersection, and there the two hoped to indulge my thoughtfulness and support. Yeah. So, what kind of advice are you looking for? I ask while greeting Saratari-san. Hello, pleased to meet you. My name is Saratari Miho. Although we have seen each other before, this would be the first time we are speaking, right? Makes me nervous, somehow. The nervous one is me, damn it. I mean, I am not that good with speaking to girls in the first place. Cut me some slack. With such words, I silently complained to myself. And in the first place, with no apparent love experience, what kind of advice can I even offer? Aren't you all just poking fun at me? It's spite, isn't it? Hello. I am Mikami Satoru. No need to be nervous or anything. Saratari-san is famous with us, so I know who you are even without the introduction. About Tamura, we went to the same university, you know, so we've had lots to talk about. After which we naturally hung out a bit. What's this about being famous? Are there weird rumors floating about? Yeah. Like having had an affair with Chief X or going on dates with Wycon, things like that. It was all just teasing, of course. And although I intended these to be just some light jokes, Saratari-san's face turned bright red and she looked at me with watery eyes. Hate to admit it, but she looked adorable. Well, my jokes lack both delicacy or tact, and I am often told to keep my mouth shut, but I end up saying them anyways. Yep, failed again, huh? Yep, I am just bad with women. And as if on cue, in steps Tamura, lightly tapping her shoulders. Damn it, Tamura, you bastard. It's these situations where you Ryaju should just all explode. I should shout this, right? Senpai, please leave it at that. And, Miho, you are just being teased. With a laugh, Tamura continues mediating the situation. Aren't you dandy, Junior? Bright, cheerful, and without a hint of sarcasm. Isn't he a lovable guy? Tamura's only 28. And although we are so many years apart, we've got something in common. Well, nothing to do I guess, but to give them my blessing, my bad. I'm just not that good with women. And, well, the location doesn't help much, does it? Let's get something to eat and talk there. It's just jealousy, after all. And just when I thought so, Kaya screams. Confusion. What's going on? Move it. I'll kill you. Turning to the sound of the voice, a man brandishing a knife and holding a bag is running towards us. I hear the scream. I see the man. I see the knife. Where is it pointing? At Tamura. Don, I hit Tamura out of the way. Dosu, there's a burning pain in my back. TCH, damn hindrance. Having shouted thus, I see the man escaping and turn to make sure Tamura and Saratari-san are safe. With a shout that resembled no words, Tamura runs up to me. Saratari-san is stunned by the sudden turn of events, but appears without other injury, thank God. That being that, my back burns. Feelings of pain aside, it just burns. What's up with this? It's too hot, can't it let off a bit? Confirmed. Establishing heat resistance. Success, could it be? Was I stabbed? Can't be dying from a stab wound. Confirmed. Establishing pierce resistance. Success. Additionally, establishing physical attack resistance. Success, senpai, there's blood coming out, it's not stopping, it's ain't, what's up with this loud guy? Feel like his voice was strange just now. Well, that much can be expected from Tamura. But blood? Yeah, that's clearly leaving. I am human, after all. When stabbed, I bleed. But pain is unpleasant, isn't it? Confirmed. Removing perception of pain. Success. Well, this is bad, right? Pain and impatience are modeling my senses. Tamura, you are damn loud. It is not that big of deal, right? Stop worrying, senpai. The blood you keep. His face blue, on the verge of tears, Tamura continues to hold me. That's the face, that is the ruin of handsome men. I tried to take a look at how Satori-san was doing, but my vision is too hazy. Can't see. The burning sensation in my back is gone. Instead, a ferocious cold strikes me. This could be bad. When people don't have enough blood, they die, don't they? Confirmed. Creating a bloodless body. Success. Hey, you, what's this you've been going on about the past few minutes? I try to speak, but no words come out. This is bad, maybe I really will die. But hey, I no longer feel neither pain nor the burning. But it's cold. So cold, and nothing I can do about it. What's with this? I am too busy of a man to be freezing in this cold. Confirmed. Establishing cold resistance. Success. Additionally, heat resistance has successfully evolved into thermal fluctuation resistance X. At that time, the dying brain cells of mine, with a flash of inspiration, have remembered the truly important things. Yes. The contents of my PC hard drive. Tamura. If and only if, I say, I died, take care of my PC. I beg you, submerge it in water, turn it on, and completely wipe the data clean. Thus I, having summoned the remainder of my strength, have conveyed the matters of most grave importance. Confirmed. Attempting full format of all information. Error, impossible due to lack of definition. Attempting alternate interpretation. Establishing electricity resistance. Success. Additionally, paralysis resistance has been acquired. I don't know exactly what Tamura was saying at that moment while giving me that blank look. But I understood the meaning of what was said. Haha, that's so like senpai, he said with a bitter smile. Who would even want to look at a man's crying face? That grin is so many times better. You know, about Saitari, I wanted to show her off to senpai. Heh, I knew it. This bastard. TCH, geez. I've forgiven all of it, so your girlfriend, make her happy, got it? And take care of the PC, the last of my strength, was only enough to say that much. Completely unsatisfied, Mikami Satoru died. And at that instant, Mikami Satoru's soul linked with a spawned monster in another world. Into a dimensional crack so small that no eye could see. His soul linked with a massive demonic energy. This mass was the origin of demons, and to Mikami Satoru who had linked to it, his thoughts as a base, the mass constructed a body. What is normally is essentially an impossibility with an astronomically small chance of occurrence. Mikami Satoru was reborn as a monster in another world. A life so normal that nothing can be said about it. After leaving college, I joined a major general contractor firm and am living alone now at the age of 37. Having no girlfriend. Filial duty left to my older brother, my life is essentially that of an independent, single noble. Thus, a virgin. Unbelievable, departing the world without ever been put to use. My son must be crying right now. Sorry, I never could make you into an adult. When I am reborn, we'll change things around. Go on the offensive with a bang. Call them out and go on devouring spree. But that's no good, is it? Confirmed. Unique skill predator has been acquired and well, at almost 40 years old, the 30-year-old virgin that I am, in a magical world, would certainly be a sage. Heck, a great sage wouldn't be out of the question, would it? Confirmed. Extra skills sage has been acquired. Additionally, extra skills sage has successfully evolved into unique skill great sage. The hell you've been on about? The hell is great sage? Are you making fun of me? It isn't even a bit unique. I am not laughing here. So rude. Thinking that I went to sleep. So this is death, huh? Not as lonesome as I thought. Those were, for Mikami Satoru, the lost words spoken in this word. Chapter 01, let's see what I can do. It's dark. The darkness envelopes all, preventing me from seeing any shape or figure. Where am I? Besides, what had happened? Wasn't there someone making fun of me, calling me a sage? No, a great sage. With that thought, I regained consciousness. My name is Mikami Satoru. a 37-year-old nice guy. While saving my kahai from some street slasher, I got stabbed instead. ALRIGHT remembered. I'm okay. No time for panic. And really, could a cool guy like me even panic? How? That's as likely as a grade school kid shying his pants. When I tried to look around, I finally noticed. I can't open my eyes. That problem aside, when I attempted to touch my head, I noticed my arms don't respond. And even more perplexing is the fact that I cannot tell where my head is. Alright, time to panic. Boy, give me a sec here. Just an hour please, let me catch my breath. They say that you should count prime numbers at a time like this, no. 1, 2, 3, Dia. Wrong. That's not right. 1 is not a prime number, is it? No, who cares about that? No time for this foolishness. I mean, aren't I in trouble? Hey, what the heck happened? What if it is too late to even consider panicking? Gathering my thoughts, I confirmed that I am in no way in pain. No pain. Feeling pretty good. Neither hot nor cold. Actually, a really comfortable atmosphere they've got here. I can relax a bit thanks to that. Next, let's check the limbs. Forget about them fingertips, I can't even move a muscle, how could that be? It's not like one can lose their arms and legs from being stabbed, so what happened? And still, I cannot open my eyes. Without seeing anything, I am in utter darkness. Dread and unease slowly creep their way into my heart. Could this be what they call a vegetative state? Consciousness separated from nerve endings immobile, is this what it is? No. Please don't let that be true. Just when I thought I was saved, vegetative state? What could be worse? Even losing a half of my body would be preferable. And yeah, both outcomes would be terrible. But to be alone in this darkness, without any senses, isn't that just hell? Having imagined the worst scenario, panic has quickly turned into despair. I want to think it over. They say that when people are confined in darkness, they quickly go mad. I happen to be in that state right now and cannot even kill myself. Rather than despairing, the only thing I can do is go insane, huh? And then, there was a sense of touch. All my senses were focused on feeling that sensation with a horizontal stroke across my belly. I felt something akin to grass. Focusing my entire consciousness on that area, I slowly began to make out the shape of my body. And by the way, the grass's tip felt prickly against my body. It kind of made me happy. Yet, I'm still in complete darkness. And although I regained only one of the 5 senses, I could finally feel again. Amused, I decided to try to head towards that grass. Zaruri, I could feel my body move. It moved. At that time, I was pretty certain that I was not on top of a hospital bed. Under my belly I could feel some hard rock, maybe. I see, though I don't really get it, I am not in a hospital. Moreover, my eyes still can't see. Can't hear anything either, but it could be just that I've gone deaf. Although I don't know if I am facing it or not, I can't feel my head. After all, I'll head towards the grass. I'll learn about myself through contact. No scent in the air either. Could it be? Did I also lose the sense of smell? And seriously, I just can't understand the shape of my body. I really don't want to accept it, but it seems sleek, jelly-like the kind that is really famous in RPGs. The appearance of that kind of monster. I have been entertaining that possibility in the back of my head for a while now. No, there's no way. No matter how, it just can't be. For the time being, let's set those fears aside. Thus, I decided to try the last of the 5 human senses that I've ignored up until now. But I don't even know where my mouth is. What to do? Activate unique skill predator. Yes, no, suddenly, there was a voice in the back of my head. What was that? Unique skill predator? And what was that voice? I thought I heard a strange voice while talking to Tamura before, but I guess I wasn't just hearing things, huh? Is someone there? Yet, somehow that doesn't fit. More than someone being here, it's more like words appearing in my mind. The voice lacks intent, like the voice that would come from a computer. Calling it synthesized would perhaps be most accurate. For now, no, is my response. I am Japanese, who can say no, after all. Bringing up the words no in my mind, I wait for a response. Yet it did not come. I waited for a bit, but felt no voice. Seems like I won't be getting a second question. Did I choose wrongly? Could this be a game That ends when I don't choose yes. I thought that it would be the same, as in an RPG, the same question repeating until I chose yes. I guess I was wrong. Asking a question and then leaving, what a rude guy. Though I have to admit, hearing a voice did make me slightly happy. I slightly regretted the decision. Well, nothing can be done now. I guess I'll go back to trying to taste something. I moved my body towards that piece of grass. While verifying my sense of touch, I leaned my body on the piece of grass. I enveloped the object with my body to confirm what it is, and I was right, it is, in fact, grass. While touching the grass, the piece that was in contact with my body melted. And while I was worried that my body had melted, it seems to have been the grease only. And thus, I understood that by melting the grass it was incorporated into my body. It seems the grass melted because it entered my body. In other words, rather than enveloping it, I seem to have swallowed it. And by the way, it had no taste. This is, in other words, that kind of thing. I'm not a human. That is, I seem to have died from that stab wound, right? And that was not a question, I am completely certain of this fact. And thus, rather than a hospital bed, I can confidently say that I am at some rocky place where grass grows. What happened to Tamura? And Saratari-sen? Has my PC been properly disposed of? Some suspicions still remain. But fretting over this won't achieve anything at this point. I have to decide what to do next. Actually, wait a moment. The me right now, is anything happening to me? And by the way, that earlier sensation, I once again directed my consciousness to myself. Payan, my body moves with rhythmic motion. In that pitch-black darkness, I spent some time to figure out my appearance. And, what a discovery, I used to be simply handsome, but now I have this sleek and sophisticated body style. Bah, are you an idiot? Don't accept it from all that I have gathered about my body, only that description seems appropriate. No, you know, that description, I don't hate it, right? Yeah. Some could even call it cute, after all. But well, if you were asked, would you want to become one, I'd say 90% of people would reply the same way. However, all I can do is accept this situation. It seems that I have reincarnated as a slime. Masha, I am eating grass. Why? Isn't it obvious? I have nothing to do. Since I have accepted, albeit grudgingly, the fact that I became a slime, a day has passed. The first concern on my mind was, of course, food. I first tried to see if this slime body can feel hunger. For that purpose, I first checked my surroundings and found a place where grass seemed to be abundant. On that note, I need to point out that the first grass was right by my side. When needed, I could eat it, and its sap seems to be usable in its own way. Being stuck in this complete darkness, I am very lucky to have had it so close. Even basic motion could result in death, after all. And so, let's experiment. After counting 50,000 sheep, I got bored. I tried to see if I would fall asleep, but don't feel even a little bit tired. I tried counting prime numbers, but didn't know the next one, so I gave up. Shiratori by oneself is also pointless. Is there a way to kill time by yourself? TL note, Shiratori is a game where you take the last sound in a word and make the next word with it. If there was internet, I could waste my time away endlessly. Cell phone games would also do. But this is torture. Meditating like an ascetic monk is impossible for an amateur like I. One thing I am still uncertain about, where any animals run around here. There have been no signs of them until now. Well, having no sight, hearing, or smell, I can't say there have been none close by until now, but I haven't been attacked by one until now, at least. Thanks to that, without fearing for my life, I am leisurely living. That is the conclusion I reached after heroically suffering this mental agony. I do not feel hunger. Nor do I need sleep. Seriously, my stomach neither craved food, nor did I ever desire sleep. As to how many days had passed I could not tell in this darkness. Nor had I heard that strange voice again. If I had, I wouldn't mind playing along now. Thus, since I have nothing to do, I am eating grass. Since I have no other way to kill time, I am quietly munching on some grass. Now, I've accumulated and dissolved so much grass in my body that I can sense it. If you asked what purpose that served, I would confidently respond, none. I am just afraid that if I don't do something, I'll go crazy. I've gotten used to the routine around here. First absorb, then disassemble, end with store, and then repeat. And that's where I found a point to investigate. Lacking an appetite brings forth another question: what about excretion? Clearly food is unnecessary for this body, but what about excretion? The answer was, it's unnecessary. I have yet to excrete anything after all this time. Being a slime and all, it is not unexpected for these things to be unnecessary, but, in that case, what is this store thing all about? From what I've noticed, I haven't been changing in any way. But in that case, what happens with what I eat? Solution: it is stored in the stomach associated with unique skill predator. At this moment, less than 1% is occupied. What? A responsue. But, since when have I been using that skill? I've selected no. After all, solution: unique skill predator has not been activated. Substances entering into the body are automatically stored. This function is modifiable, The responses are much more smoother now. Not that it's important. About the skill, what will happen if I use it? Solution: the effects of unique skill predator are predation, to absorb the target into the body. However, if the target is conscious, the success rate greatly decreases. The affected targets include organic matter, inorganic matter, skills, and magic. Analysis: the absorbed target is studied and analyzed. Craftable items can then be produced. Should many items gather, a duplicate can be produced. In the case of successful skill or magic analysis, the same technique can be acquired. Stomach: the target can be stored. Items produced can also be stored. There is no storage time limit. Mimicry: replicate the target's appearance. The skills and abilities used by the target can also be used. However, this depends on the successful analysis and acquisition of relative information regarding the target. Isolation: materials harmful or unnecessary for analysis can also be stored. They will be used to replace magic energy. These 5 points are your power 8. Hey, it's been a while since I last trembled with excitement. Somehow, I just heard of some incredible power. Such an amazing ability has never been held by a slime before. Wait, before that. The voice that hears my questions: what is this? Is there someone there? Solution: this is an effect of the unique skill Great Sage. For the sake of quickly utilizing your skills, a response function has been added. Great Sage, a title I thought was given out to spite me. To think it would be so reliable now. From now on, I'll depend on it more. That being said, this is a pretty good situation. This could be the end to this isolation I thought eternal. Perhaps this voice is only an auditory hallucination I made myself. Well, that would be fine in its own way. And thus, since a long time ago, my heart has felt at ease. Status name: Mikami Satoru. Species: slime. Title: none magic, none abilities, unique skill Great Sage, unique skill Predator, slime skills: dissolve, absorb, regenerate resistances, thermal fluctuation resistance X, physical attack resistance, pain perception resistance, electricity resistance, paralysis resistance. Chapter 02 First Contact. At the moment, it has been 90 days since I have reincarnated. To be precise, 90 days, 7 hours, 34 minutes, and 52 seconds. How can I be so sure? It's a function of the unique skill Great Sage. The skill sure is convenient. Great Sage saves the day. Cause it answers any question. According to it, for the skill to establish itself in this body 90 days are needed. And that would be established in this world's sense. I was sure that I had possessed that skill since the beginning, but that was true only regarding my soul. Until now, it had been accessing and usurping the voice of the world, or so it explained. But damn, I didn't get any of that. It seems that normally a convenient skill that answers any question doesn't exist. The voice of the world is only audible when the world changes, a skill is acquired, or undergoes an evolution. To answer my questions, the Great Sage skill had been appropriating that particular function. I hadn't heard of such an existence in my world, but it seems to be pretty normal here. In any case, things like skill acquisition and evolution are not everyday occurrences. When the world had recognized significant growth, and in rare cases, it will grant a skill. Evolution, on the other hand, transcends the common sense. Well, still am not certain whether I really got any of that, but nothing to do but to accept it. Although Great Sage now answers any question, it is passive and lack an ego. If I don't talk to it, it won't come asking questions. And that's of shame. However, I am just happy to have a one-way conversation with someone. Though talking to my own skill, most would call me simply delusional, eh? And so, since I had nothing else to do in this darkness, I kept asking questions. As a result, I have confirmed that I am, in fact, a slime. Viscous life form equals non-rare life form. Lack of hunger and need to sleep had also been explained. The slimes of this world dine on magical energy and thus have no need for physical nourishment. Where there is poor energy concentration, monsters and small animals serve as an alternative. And so in this world, unexpectedly, the slimes of energy-deprived regions are extremely violent and strong. Wouldn't you expect regions with abundant energy be homes to strong monsters instead? In other words, where I am now is a place where food is unnecessary. That explained about sleep. Solution. Slime bodies are a composition of identical cells. Every cell serves as brain cell, nerve ending, and muscle at the same time. Thus, as thought process is undertaken by different cell at different times, sleep is unnecessary, and that was that. So where are my memories stored? At the very least, it seems not to be at a HDD RAID-like structure, no. When thinking that, I gotta seems to be around somewhere response. This great sage guy seems pretty good at holding conversation. TL note, the term used here is azuchi, which refers to interjecting into a monologue with a short phrase to indicate understanding. And so, I got to wondering what the effects of Great Sage were. Solution. Unique skill Great Sage has the following effects: thought, raise thought processing speed by 1,000 times. Analysis and judgment, the ability to analyze and make judgments regarding a target. Parallel processing, the ability to detach thoughts and analysis of phenomenon. Chant annulment, when using magic, the chant is no longer necessary. All of creation, the ability to comprehend any non-concealed phenomenon in this world. These 5 are your abilities and that was that. But, all of creation? Could it be that I have obtained all the knowledge in the world without lifting a finger? Or so I thought, but, in reality, depending on the information I understand and the things I know about, additional information can be inferred. In other words, I need to see it at least once, but for the matters that I have seen those I understand through this power. But, chant annulment, so after learning a skill, I do not need to recite anything? More importantly, there's magic in this world. The answer is yes. With this in mind, there is no need to memorize magic. Tried to see if that would work with Great Sage, and of course, it didn't. Why did I try? 'Cause YOLO. And then I got an idea. Could I link together Predator S analysis and Great Sage S parallel processing? Solution. Linking Predator S analysis and Great Sage S parallel processing is possible. Will you link the abilities? Yes, no? Of course, yes. But well, it's not like I have anything to analyze. Wait a second. That which has been collecting in my stomach, the grass I ate to kill time. What is it? Since I got nothing to do anyways, might as well analyze it. And so, execute the skill at once. Analysis has been completed. Hippicked grass, used to create ointment, only grows in areas with abundant magical energy. If grass's sap is combined with magical energy, an energy restoration pill can be created. If the grass is ground up and combined with magical energy, an ointment to stop bleeding can be created. Who could have known? All that weed I have been storing to kill time, it's basically as if a kid playing in the sand found diamonds. So I quickly began production of energy restoration pills and ointment. Though I say I began production, my body does most by itself, so I don't really feel it. Taking only a second to analyze and 3 seconds to produce, after 5 minutes I can make 100 of these. Though I had no finished product to compare it to, judgment ability evaluated it as a high-quality product. Can I be satisfied with these results? And wasn't analysis compiled way too quickly? I mean, wouldn't you expect it to take more time? Linking parallel processing was definitely the correct decision. Out of curiosity, I decided to cancel the link and try to make one. It took 50 minutes. Processing time has become terrifyingly short. I seem to have gotten my hands on a wonderful skill. While being unconscious, that is, there's plenty of weed being used up inside of me, and most of the grass around here seems to be the hippicked kind. Since it might be needed later, I might as well devour all the grass around here. And at the same time, medicine is being produced. What to say? I'm still stuck in darkness. Nothing else to do that I can do around here. At this time I was completely off guard. Though my skill was passive, I had been high on finally having a conversation partner. And during these 90 days, I had never met another living thing, nor had any threat to my life. Whatever the reason, I became negligent. Pachin, attention, the person in question cannot hear. Please enjoy this objective sound effect, A. That's all the time I had to think as it happened. My body had suddenly become light, or was it heavy, a bizarre situation. Had I fallen in water? During these 90 days, I have never had the experience of falling in water. That is, I was either in a cavern or inside some structure and have thus become negligent. I seem to have fallen into some river. Since there could hardly be a river inside some building, could I possibly be in an underground lake or something like that? Until recently, since I saw nothing at all, I had been carefully taking every step. But while I was busy eating grass and listening to the skills explanations, I seem to have forgotten to check my footing. I'm always like that. Always getting high off good luck. Even at my company. Leave it to me. It's a piece of cake. Due to those words, I've seen hell many times. I could still see the resentment in the eyes of my senpai. And seriously, what kind of idiot runs around in total darkness? Damn it, I want to beat the crap out of myself. If I live, that's what I'll do. Or so I say, but I'll probably regret without reflecting, and well, I've got time. Actually, I've got no feet to flap in the water with, so it's not like I can even panic in this situation. I guess that's it. A short life of a man, slime. Preparing to suffer from lack of air, I have said my goodbyes. And yet I did not feel any suffering. Why? Did I not fall into water? At times like this, great sage saves the day. Let's quickly ask a question. Solution. Slime bodies move with magical energy. Since oxygen is unnecessary, breathing does not occur. I wasn't paying attention, but I guess I really aren't breathing. I see. After 90 days, I have again become a bit smarter. That being so, I seem to have really fallen into water. Not a situation where I will die, but still an unpleasant one. What to do? I don't even know whether I am floating or sinking. Since I don't have hands or feet, I don't think I can swim. If I sink to the bottom, could I crawl my way to surface? And if I am floating, would I flowing around like this? Rather than flowing, it feels like I'm being cradled. Like slowly rocked in an embrace, a rather pleasant feeling, but I guess I am not flowing anywhere. Rather than a river, this is probably a lake. Doesn't feel like I am getting carried somewhere after all. Floating, sinking, with no indication of ever reaching the bottom. This could last forever, for all I know. This is a rather bad situation. What to do? And then, my brain cells equals slime body had devised a terrifying plan. What would happen if I predate a lot of water and then expel it like a water jet? Having thought of that, I immediately tested it. Nothing else to do, after all. But that this decision would lead to a fateful encounter that I could not have known, I am glad I had this idea. To say the least, had I went in a different direction, this meeting would never had happened. But, as if led by fate, I went into this direction. And so, predating enough water to fill about 10% of my stomach, the person in question is unaware, but water levels drastically decreased. And in one breath, I released it. I completely lost my sense of place. Skill hydraulic propulsion has been acquired. I suddenly heard a voice in my head. That's the first time I consciously hear it. That is the voice of the world. Since Great Sage never starts a conversation, I can't be mistaken, but otherwise it's exactly the same. But I don't even have an ounce of time to verify that hypothesis. With a Zugan, a feeling of acceleration envelopes my body. Is this what it feels like to fly through the air? At this point, in the direction I thought I wanted to move in, I was shot out there. Hate to admit it, but maybe it's a good thing I can't see. Even in this complete darkness, the sheer speed at which I feel I am moving is terrifying. Correction. No, if I could see, I'd still feel at least half as afraid, but not seeing is scary in its own way. If you had ridden on a roller coaster in a dimly lit amusement park, you could sympathize with what I am feeling, maybe. In my life, the one time I had gone to a rat-infested amusement park is all the experience I have. And besides, in this case there is no such thing as safety belts. I really should kick myself for coming up with this water jet propulsion idea. Act then think. Idiot. Checking safety is the first step. Can't even focus my thoughts out of fear. Would this flight continue forever? And seriously, how much momentum did I even throw out? When I thought that, on. Boing. Gorum zuden. And then intense pain, there was none. Did I not receive any damage, or maybe, even if I received damage, do I not feel any pain? Solution. Due to having acquired pain resistance, you do not feel any pain. Due to the physical attack resistance, damage has been reduced. Currently, the damaged area is only 10%. Monster skill slime specific skill regeneration has activated. Will you assist it with the unique skill predator? Yes, no, though there's no pain, there's damage. Is that how it is? Whether that's good or not, I haven't a clue, but if I am careful maybe I would not need pain. Oh, and assist with predator? Don't really get it, but for now, yes. At that moment, it kind of felt like my body had decreased a bit. And after a bit, it had returned back to normal. It seems that I had predated on the damaged parts, analyzed and repaired them type of thing. What a useful body. Now, should I see how much I could decrease it before this restoration method becomes unusable? However many percent my body decreased, it seems to have no effect on my movement. Even so that I do not end up in an overly dangerous situation, I should probably proceed in moderation. Yup. As you would expect, even I would become careful. This time, even though I have restorative pills, there was no need to use them. In any case, you'd expect 10% damage across the body to be a rather serious wound, but repairing it didn't even take 10 minutes. This time, if I took damage, of course if I didn't I'd be very happy, I'll use the medicine. And so, where would this be? Having confirmed that my body had returned to normal, I proceeded to check my surroundings. Maybe there are dangerous monsters lurking around here. Though I exited the water, it wouldn't be strange to find some amphibious monsters. I carefully started moving. Lately, it feels like when I'm careful I fall into some rather dangerous situations, but maybe that's just my imagination. Thinking that was probably a mistake. Can you hear me? Little one, so I heard something. Status name, Mikami Satoru species, slime title, none magic, none techniques, unique skill great sage, unique skill predator, slime specific skill dissolve, absorption, restoration, skill hydraulic propulsion resistances, thermal fluctuation resistance X, physical attack resistance, pain resistance, electricity resistance, paralysis resistance,